Hey, what's going on YouTube? Okay, so I've sat down and to actually do a what's in my bag video, what's in my gear bag, what kind of cameras, lenses, all the little stuff you have on set with you. I've been asked this a lot actually, and people have been emailing me, hey Greg, what do you have in your bag? So I am going to do a video on what's in my bag and well actually what's in a big giant 40-pound Pelican case that I carry absolutely everywhere with me. So let's do it. Roll intro. So this big giant 40-pound box, Pelican, I have everything and anything that you need for photography in here, for me anyway. Now this is only, hang on, oh, don't touch the mic. This is 40 pounds, well actually 41 pounds. I've had this thing for over 10 years. As you can see, it's got a whole bunch of wear on it. It's nicely broken. The best thing about this thing here, it protects my gear. I can be anywhere. It can rain, it can do whatever. Okay, the best part of this bag here is this. Well, the whole thing is great, but it's that sucker right there. Here's where I put my knapsack when I'm in the airports or whenever I'm traveling anywhere. Set it there. I don't have to lift a thing. I don't have to put anything on my back. So that is the best part. I don't need to be, after a while, 40 pounds on your back, walking around as much as you do in the airports or traveling, too much. You don't need that. So the less, work smarter, not harder. It's got some great locking stuff here, and the locks are great. If you want to see more detail with this kind of bag, check it out, Google it. It's 1510 Pelican, and it's only 150 bucks. I think back when I got it. I don't know what it is now. It could be, I don't know. Let's go. Open it up. First things first. Cameras. The 1DX, love this camera. I've been using this thing for about 5 years. I don't actually need anything in it besides this camera. This camera here works great. I love this thing. This is like my little baby. Best camera I have ever had. You can see that I use a lot of my Hasselblad medium format camera, but overall, the Hasselblad is great. But this thing here, if I had to pick between a Hasselblad or the Canon, I would pick I have two of these cameras, so I always have a backup. That's why I have this thing here, 18 megapixels, 14 frames a second. If I need to get higher megapixel, I bring out the medium format. So that's my camera. I'm going to just set this over here. Okay, next. 24-70, 2.8 L lens. If anybody ever has a question on what lens I should get right away, or what's the first lens you would get, this is it. This is overall one of the best lenses you can get for any situation. Okay, this is great. I do a lot of my work with this camera, with this lens here, but don't forget guys, lenses are just tools for a specific reason, okay? So you use what you need. 7200, one of my favorite lenses. This is the one that I actually use in all my studio work on white backdrop or shooting all the covers. Okay, all the covers you see is shot with this little puppy right here. Image stabilizer, autofocus, blah blah blah. I'm not gonna go through all the specifics on this because there's so many videos out there and what you can do with this thing here, but this is one of my main lenses here, okay? As you can see, a lot of the stuff I use is telephoto lenses because when I'm shooting, I don't have time to back up, go back to compose an actual image. When that athlete is lifting the weights or doing whatever, I have to maximize my shots within the time he's doing that actual exercise. So when he's doing say 2 or 3 reps within that, so what, 5 seconds to whatever seconds it is, I can compose my image about 4 or 5 different times, different angles, different various, and I got like maybe 10 different shots that I can pick from. Now, the extender, 2 times. Perfect to go with these two right here, okay? So you got anywhere from 70 to 200 now to 400, okay? It works out perfect. 85 millimeter prime. This thing here, the aperture is the lowest you can possibly get, okay? This is amazing. I love this thing. It's autofocus. It doesn't have an image stabilizer built in, but it doesn't need it. It's amazing. This is great. The bokeh you get from the background with this when it comes to shooting anything, this is great. I've actually been using this quite a bit now on set, even shooting athletes. Now, it's not the fastest lens in the world, but you know what? It's fast enough if you know what you're doing. So it's not bad. It's great. If you guys don't have one, I recommend everybody have one of these things here, because with the other ones I just showed you and then with this one here, it gives you all that versatility. And if you need anything else to get the background really creamy and really compress that background right down, isolate your subject, this is a great lens. This one's great. All my detail, all my products that I shoot, everything you see on white backdrop with products or e-commerce or anything like that, or food, I shoot a lot of food. This is the lens I use right here. If I'm not using the Hasselblad, it depends on the gig. It depends on what they're paying me. It's a premium cost to use the Hasselblad. You know, that's how I gear it out, but that's a totally different video. That's pricing and what you're worth and how you gotta price yourself out there. And don't price too high, don't price too low. Everybody doesn't know what to do. When it comes to pricing, they're afraid of pricing themselves out of the market. But if you price yourself out of the market, you might be, I'm rambling, but that's a totally different video. If you wanna see me talk about pricing and what we do and how to price, hey, I will gladly help you. So anyways, 100 millimeter macro, image stabilizer, built-in, autofocus, this top of line when it comes to this lens here. But the funny thing is, this lens is plastic. I'm really surprised by that, but this lens is amazing. The quality and the clarity you get out of this lens is just crazy. Next. Okay, so now I just got this, my first GoPro. Yeah, it's a GoPro 7. The image stabilizing in this thing here is incredible. It just, you don't need all that stuff that everybody has with the gimbals and that kind of thing. You just kind of shoot like this and go, hey, whatever. I just did a couple of vlogs with our family vlogs because my kids love watching the family vlogs over. It's the only reason why I do it, and for memories, but this thing is great. The only thing I don't like about it here is this thing here. This is cool. This is like $27 for this little thing. Put it on here, oh, email. Put it on here and it's like you can hear the sound come through this thing here. It's okay, but it needs to come up with something different, you know. I don't really use this on a job. Maybe behind the scenes, we'll see. Okay, what else we got here? Oh yes, whoa, something I never used. Okay, I actually had to look what it was. 580 speed light. I don't use speed lights. I use strobes, but it's always good to have with you because if you ever need it, hang on here. If you ever need this thing and you ever need to shoot and run and whatever, it's good to have. Recommend everybody get one of these things here. Filter. Now let me open this sucker up. When it comes to photography, I don't use this filter ever. Never. But when it comes to doing video, and I'm doing more video with actually these cameras, the 1DX. It's actually the one I'm shooting with right now. It's a 1DX plus my spare that I showed you. And if you want to have nice low apertures, this is amazing. Got this sucker here. Highly recommend it. It's good for anything off camera, flash, anything you want to do. Pop, 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 pop. No shake of the camera, whatever have you. I don't exactly know what this thing is called, the real technical term for it, but there you go. Lens wipes. Stole this from the Hasselblad kit. Very must is my, this thing is great. Whenever you guys are out in the field and the sunlight's bright and you need to see the back of your camera to make sure that you're getting the images that you want to get and the images that you are, everything's in focus or whatever have you, even if you're doing video, this is perfect. I highly recommend the Hoodman. Had this for about 10 years now. I have this here, all by Lens Hoods. I recommend everybody always put on a lens hood on your lenses if you need it or not, because you know how many times these things have saved me from swinging back and forth, hitting something. You know what, it saves you. So how I got this here, you might think, oh, big waste of space inside your actual bag. No, I even carry it inside here, look. Okay, boom. Flashpoint, R2 Pro, awesome. I really recommend these. They're only $69. These are great. Oh, by the way, I am not being paid or sponsored by anything when it comes to this stuff here. I actually have 2 of these in my bag, but that's somewhere else buried. And I have one of these things too. You never know if you need to go somewhere or have your camera around your back or shoulder, whatever have you. Camera strap. I've used this. Never. Okay, so, okay. See how it fits like a puzzle? 1. Okay. And that's how I'm very anal when it comes to packing my bag. Have to have everything in the exact same spot. You guys all know what these are. Card holders. Put these down here. Waterproof, airtight, nice and bright, so I'll never lose it. Never. They never get placed outside the bag, but you never know. I work with 2 assistants on set all the time, and you know, if we're doing card reading, card running, they take them, whatever have you, but these always get put in the bag. Lexar Professionals. These are the cards I use right now. I can be honest with you guys. You know what? I can't say anything real nice about them. These things go down and get corrupt all the time. If it wasn't for the fact that I got dual card readers in my cameras, you know what? I probably would have lost some shoots. That's why you always record twice, okay? Always use dual cards. Always record twice. Never not do anything. If you're a vlogger or you're doing stuff that's on your own and the only one you have to answer to is yourself, that's okay. You don't need to do all that kind of stuff. It's good to do it, backup, but if you've got an art crew and you've got editors and chiefs and you have a big giant budget, a couple $100,000 to fly everybody down, to fly your team down, to fly all the wardrobe down, hair and makeup, producers, editor-in-chiefs, or whatever have you on set, you know what? You better have a blade backup, okay? Because if your one card goes down and you have all that stuff that went down on you and you have one card with those files on it, all that money they just spent, and you rely that on a $300 card, probably one of the most important things in my bag that I use all the time. Gaff tape. Now I have big giant gaff tapes that I have in my bags. Whenever I travel, I normally have probably, I'd say, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bags, 5 media bags I travel with. It used to be 14. Depending if I'm flying overseas or going that kind of thing, then we rent all the gear down there and that's all pro photo. But 90% of the time when I'm in the States, if I'm traveling, I get the new Flashpoint. But that's a whole other video on lighting. If you guys want to see that, hey, comment below. I will gladly show you. Okay, now my favorite camera. Hang on. This is my favorite camera. I've had this for 5 or 6 or 7 years. Let me get the rest. Hang on here. Okay, I've got battery charger. Look how small this sucker is. This thing's amazing. It's so small, this battery charger. I love it. 2 big oversized batteries. I never ever go down with this battery. And this camera, I should know how to do this. This camera is by far my favorite camera out of every video camera that I have. All the behind the scenes videos you see me shooting, that kind of stuff, is this camera here. My wife takes it, she shoots all the behind the scenes stuff. It's got a 300 gig built-in hard drive, okay, 300 gigs. If that's not enough for you, we also have a card holder as well, okay? Now, this thing here, okay, hang on here. Let me turn it on. All right, I'm recording. See? There we go. This thing here is absolutely amazing. Look at my little rig I set up here for this whole vlog thing. I got a light here. I've got one more light over here. Okay, you can't, well, there it is. There's a light. Okay. And I've got this thing sitting on here on my Kino Flow box. Okay. All right, enough of that. This thing here, I highly recommend. It just shoots in 1080i. I'm looking up here again. It shoots in 1080i. It doesn't shoot in progressive P, it shoots in I. But, this camera here, you see Ghost Adventures? Well, this thing here does night vision, that kind of stuff. This is the one of the cameras that they actually use in Ghost Adventures. So it's a good camera. Batteries, always gotta have these with me. I have all the knickknacks, I have all my tools, that kind of stuff, everything I need, tape, all the small stuff. We can go through that too if you guys want to see it. But this bag here is strictly just cameras, lenses, what I need, what the essentials are on set. I see a lot of stuff online when it comes to this thing here. Everybody's complaining about the size. You know what? It's big, but come on, folks, it's not that bad. You know what I mean? Everybody's so used to having small, 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 small. You know what? Doesn't bother me. Everything in the bag I got in here, I don't take out. I leave it in there. If I need one lens or one camera, the whole thing goes. Because need not want, everybody. If you need it, you want it, and you don't have it, you wish you had it. And I've done that before, taking things here and there, but you know what? No. A lot of times when you're on set, oh man, that lens would have been perfect for that one shot. Oh, I don't have it, I should have brought it. You know what? If you're getting paid to do this and you have to answer to other people and this is your job, okay, you need to do that. You need to have everything with you, all your tools. It's like having a mechanic going, not bringing a certain wrench. You know, all this stuff here is just basically tools to get the job done, to make it easier, okay? That's how you have to look at gear. Yeah, I love gear just as much as anybody else, but I'll tell you the truth, this is the job. That's all it really is to me. Yeah, it's my passion, blah, 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 but no, this is my job, and you gotta be able to do it well and be able to perform well, because you got your art directors over your shoulders looking at your pictures, and if they don't like it, guess what? You're gone. That's simple. So you need to have everything you need, and the lenses I have here and that kind of stuff, no, I don't. I have one prime. I'm sorry, I have two primes in here. Everything else has every focal length that I need. Now, if I need my primes, I'll get those out of my lens bag. Now I have a separate case, another Pelican case with all my other lenses. Okay, so every prime you can think of when Canon has that kind of stuff, I got them. So if I need it, I'll take it. But if I don't need it, 90% of the time, I don't need it. Okay, so one big Pelican case like that I'm carrying right now is really all I need. So that is what's in my bag. I hope you guys like this. I don't want to get too much into specifics with all the gear because there's so many videos out there that you guys can Google and see. To me, it's just like, I feel like I'm repeating myself out there. It doesn't, I'm not a big gearhead. I love gear, but I'm not a big gearhead when it comes to look at all the stuff right here. They're tools, okay? So yes, I love cameras and I love buying some new stuff and opening up the box and smelling the brand new cameras. Still kind of smells new, but you know what? All right, guys, that's it. That's basically what's in my bag. There's a lot of stuff in that bag. There's 40 pounds worth of gear. Yeah, by the way, I'm shooting on a 16-35 here. Yeah, 16-35. Sorry, guys.